is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Hello.
Decom Descendants.
We're here.
Decom Descendants.
We're watching the Cheetah Girls today.
Cheetah Sisters, you mean?
And Dan has some news that he wants to share.
I do.
With everybody about the.
We only have one new review since our last episode. So, and it's actually just a rating. We don't have any new reviews. One new rating. We're at 144. We need to get to 300 to continue this show. So that doesn't seem plausible. But also, this is our last episode of 2024.
No.
I know.
No.
Which it gives the folks at home 3 weeks to get those ratings and reviews in before we kick off January with new Decom Descendants all year long. So,
That's true.
happy holidays. We've been coming at you 40-some straight weeks in a row. We're taking 3 weeks off for Christmas.
So sue us.
Yeah. It's
So
Christmas
sue
break.
me. I'm excited about the new year, though. I think it's really going to be the year that we get the 300 by season 3, whatever we're calling it.
300 by the end of the Decoms.
Now, our Spotify Wrapped has come out, and I have some data that I would like to share with it. And I'm just getting this for the first time.
Wow,
okay?
this is new?
Our top episode was Horse Sense.
Interesting.
It was streamed 319% more than your average episode.
What happened? I think I know what happened there.
Okay.
I think we both do.
Ever wondered who your audience is? Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
break it down.
Break it down.
We're pretty spread out. Look how diverse we are. 5% 18 to 24, 9% 25 to 29, 14% 30 to 34,
Yeah.
31% 35 to 44, 20% 45 to 54, 21% 55 and up.
So 30 to 40 is still the wheelhouse, though.
Yes,
That's the
I'm
biggest.
just, I'm encouraged.
That's
by,
pretty good.
We're so diverse.
Yeah, we
Look
are.
at us. Also, how about shout out to all the 55 plus that are,
Podcast
that
for
are
most ages. You know,
Yeah, I think so. Where are we in the world? I would love to know.
we're in Greenville, South Carolina.
Where in the world we've been listened to?
Oh, that's
Sorry,
what.
there was
Where are
more
we
to
in
that.
the world?
We
Yes.
were streamed in 15 countries, with the United States being our top country, but 15 countries isn't nothing.
How many continents did we get? Did we get all of them aside from Antarctica?
That's a good question. They didn't give me that information.
All right.
People that listen to this show listen to number 1, Deck the Homer.
What?
Number 2,
What's the crossover?
the Joe Rogan Experience.
Eee.
Number 3, Armchair Expert.
Okay.
Whatever.
Number 4, Let's Go to Court. What's this? Is this another courtroom
Is
show?
Yo Gavel Gavel being had by another
Number
courtroom
5,
show?
Dateline NBC.
Let's go to court.
What a combo.
What a combo.
Look at us. Watched video. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that.
The thing about it is the Joe Rogan listeners are worried they might be on the Dateline podcast.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's
Go-
true. That's true.
Go to court podcast.
We showed up in the top 10 on people's Spotify Wrapped for 552 fans. 552 fans said, yes, please give me more of that. We're in their top 10 podcast. So that's
But
pretty
what,
cool.
like 1/5 of those left a review?
Yeah, that's a
So-
great point. We're in the top
Heyo.
5 for 459 of them.
And if everybody who is in the top 5 left one rating or review, Dan would have to watch the Lizzie McGuire movie.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
We
Which
are
I
the-
don't currently.
We are the number 1 show for 195 people.
I would love it if those 195 people left a rating and review.
I bet you
5
144 of them have.
How about
But that means there's about 50 who
There's
have
200 people out there with their number 1 podcast.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like
so
a weight,
encouraged.
like a sense of responsibility that I didn't before.
So encouraged.
You know, I wasn't loving that this was our last episode of 2024, but I do feel like that is a good note. We should be
Yeah,
like,
it's a note.
before it gets worse,
That's
we should
right.
go out on that note.
It's
We're going
already a
up.
PG-13 podcast. Could get R really quick. You never know.
And I am saying we are ending on a big one today. We're talking Cheetah Girls.
That's right.
Cheetah Sisters.
And what was it?
Cheetah Girls,
Cheetah
Sisters.
Sisters.
Hear that R in
I
there?
heard it. I heard it. And my whole thing while I was watching this movie was, what are we going to do for Delish?
Oh, is
So
that how
many-
we start the show?
So many options, so many
I mean,
possibilities.
we haven't, but today for this episode,
DCOM is decom.
We should
What if we
start with
had
Dish.
like the D for
Day.
Delish?
Yeah.
D for Delish. This is perfect.
It is time for Delish. It's where Aaron brings us some sort of thing that we can eat or drink while watching or talking about this movie. Aaron, what's the thing that you
bring us today?
whipped up for the folks today?
I have a couple options
Oh,
for our
multiple
listeners.
options.
Yeah. So I was drawing some inspiration for our beverage today from Aqua, who likes a little heat on her food. Aqua always carries some hot sauce.
You guys don't all
with her.
carry hot
No,
sauce?
I
in
carry
your,
some little Nutella with me.
I have a full bottle of hot sauce
Okay.
right here in my pocket, so I'm
Brand,
ready. I'm
what
good
do
to go.
you-
You got your hot sauce?
I've got
pocket
this
hot sauce?
smoothie that I've been working on for years.
Ew.
Oh no!
I don't love that for you. But yeah, I prefer to carry around some Nutella for emergencies.
Yeah.
Dan is more of an Aqua,
Yeah, more of a hot
you know,
sauce boy.
but he's from the South,
Southern
just like Aqua.
hot
Squirt it in your
sauce.
mouth, then. Squirt it in your mouth.
I don't love that.
Oh! What's the expiration date on that bad boy? I feel like it's been around for a while.
Yeah,
Well, it's been in his pocket forever.
All right.
the expiration date is. I'm gonna get sick. It's September 4th, 2022.
No! No!
I actually remember when those were sent to us. Those came in after I'd been hired here, so someone sent us expired sauces.
Oh my god!
Anyway.
Well, the
moving-
good news is that the sauce, that hot sauce, has been like in the fridge though. It's like been good.
It has not been sitting
It's been
out
in
in our
the sweltering
80
84-degree break room.
So not only is this our last episode of the year, it might be our last episode
with Dan. That's right.
Thoughts and prayers, obviously.
We'd continue this one without Dan.
Oh, for sure.
If I get up to leave to go to the bathroom in the middle of this, you'll know why. I'm throwing up everywhere.
Anyway, so today I'm bringing a mocktail, which you can add anything to, tequila or like a sparkling wine if you wanted to put some alcohol in there.
Okay.
But this mocktail is called Sweet Heat.
Sweet heat.
It has some peach mango juice mixed with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of some hot honey.
Okay. All right.
So,
Cheers, everybody. Delish.
Woo! Woo!
yeah.
Little kick.
I like the flavor of that a lot.
I wish there was like,
The consistency isn't my
Yeah.
jam, but the
Yeah.
flavor is delicious.
yeah, that little kick. I wasn't sure with the hot honey because I love hot honey on foods. I've never put it in a beverage. I was a little nervous, but
Never thought to do such a thing.
I tried it before I served it to you guys,
Thank
just
you.
in case it was really bad. And I really liked it.
We actually make Aaron do that for
Yeah, we
everything
do.
that we
That's
bring
right.
in.
Yeah,
Aaron,
yeah.
can you try this?
yeah.
Make sure it's not
No.
poisoned.
The other option is to grab your favorite
No.
but your favorite flavor of Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Representing that cheetah, the fastest and fiercest
Oh.
feline.
That's right.
Nice.
Chester himself.
So Chester himself is I don't know if he's the fastest and fiercest, but
It
cheetahs,
ain't easy being cheesy. I know that much.
Yeah. So maybe hot honey drinks are not your thing,
Maybe not.
but Cheetos are probably everybody's thing.
I think that with like 20% that and 80% Prosecco would be delicious.
Oh, right. Like a little. I was even thinking like I wish I had a plain
A
seltzer.
sweet heat mimosa, basically.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's the
These
move
are all
there.
good ideas.
You know, I thought about it when I was at the store buying the ingredients. It's like, what if I got a little thing of champagne or like Prosecco? But I know typically
But we
you
don't
guys
drink
don't.
here at the office, so
Well, I was gonna say typically you guys don't like Prosecco, so
I don't mind it.
I didn't do it. But all right.
How are the Cheetahs? The Cheetos. Dan?
Well, good.
Yeah, so good. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we are going to talk about the Cheetah Girls. I'll talk about the Cheetah Girls.
And we'll eat the
They'll eat Cheetos on the other side of the break here on.
Decon
Here
Descendants.
goes the
I feel like we were set up there.
Yeah, me too.
It was a hit.
I never choose Cheetos ever.
I love
never am
Cheetos.
like, give me some Cheetos. But whenever I have them, which is so rare, I can't tell you the last time I've had a Cheeto. They hit.
Yeah.
They're
Do you
good.
like- do you prefer a Cheeto Crunchy or a Cheeto Puff?
I don't know that I care. one
I'm
way
a
or the
Puff
other.
boy, I
This
think.
seems-
But I don't
crunchy
dislike
seems like
crunchy.
it's more my
Really?
my game.
I mean, I think for snacking, I would prefer these. They have a little bit more like substance to them. So I think we're gonna finish this bag and I'm gonna be good. But a cheese puff, I will eat an entire jar. They're like air. I will just eat that whole jar, and then I will also, join Dan in the not here anymore.
Remember when I went through my
just be
cheese
you.
ball phase?
September of 22, gang.
It's gonna be brand
22.
solo.
Remember when I went through my
I'm
cheese
going to
ball
die.
phase? It might have been back in September of 22, but I went through a phase. People kept sending us buckets of cheese
If
balls.
you had continued on that phase until now, you would be dead.
Yeah.
You were, barrels full of cheese balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk Cheetah Girls, shall we?
Right.
Based on the book by
nothing I would love more.
Deborah Gregory, which we found out there's a lot of them.
There's like 16.
A whole
So-
bunch of them.
Yeah,
There you
13-year-old
go.
Erin desperately wanted them, but it was too daunting at 13 for me to try to track them down at the good old Barnes & Noble or
and they're
Borders.
fast, too.
Yeah.
They are
The books are fast?
fiercest.
Books are called Cheetah Girls?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
They're hard to catch. It originally premiered on the Disney Channel on August 15th, 2003.
Oh my gosh, like right before my birthday.
That's nice. So
At
it's
that
like
date, this hot sauce would have still been good, right?
right at the
Makes
tail end of summer,
Yeah.
Summer's coming to an end, and you want to watch some Cheetah Girls and get inspired for another year. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I did, it wasn't a cheetah print, but I did around the age of 13 have a heavy leopard print phase.
I bet.
Heavy
how
leopard
could,
print phase.
how could you
Not
not?
a light one. Like, you
No.
were really invested.
No, I had like a bucket hat. I had a winter jacket.
How many
I
days
had
a week were you rocking leopard print?
multiple. It
Multiple.
was a lot. I don't remember.
2? 5?
But I could probably find some photos. I know I still have photos of me in the leopard print bucket hat. But I had like a fake leather jacket where the inside was all like leopard
Yeah.
fur. Yeah.
The coolest.
And then today I was trying to find a shirt that had anything, like trying to find anything leopard print or cheetah print that I could wear. And I've purged it all, but I did just get this sweater that says sweater weather. And a couple of the letters have like leopard print
Wow.
on them. It's all I have left.
You know, this,
Or like 14-year-old me was like, that was too
you
much.
typically try to dress like thematically for the show. And it's a show that we all could do that pretty easily with any heads up. The problem is I guess usually we record the same day we watch it. And so I don't know what the movie's about. And I don't really have any desire to find out. Or I would be down for a thematic, like,
That's
know.
fair. That's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
I could probably be like, I'll remind you in January. You can just wear basketball, something.
Get your head in the game.
Get your head in the game. Sorry. Was written by Allison Taylor, who does not. I don't have any information about who Allison Taylor is. Maybe.
I do. Born in Paris, Texas. I don't have any other.
Okay. Got Oz Scott as the director. Oz Scott, who has quite the career, did a ton of TV stuff. Apparently, he is most known for Mr. Boogedy, which
Mr.
came out
Boogedy?
in '86. I don't
You
really
say
know
so.
anything about it, but I see lots of. He did some episodes of the Cosby
Brandon and I
Show.
wouldn't know. It was before our time.
Apparently, he
I was
directed the
3.
1996
Was it your
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I was in a big leopard print phase when I was 3.
Yeah, we all had one.
Yeah.
I got rid of mine early.
He has directed some Lizzie McGuire and all that stuff, but I don't see any DComs before or after the
It's a
Cheetah
one-off.
Girls. I do see that he directed Are We There Yet in 2012.
The Ice Cube vehicle?
The TV show
Oh, okay.
based on.
The Ice Cube vehicle.
That's exactly
Got
right.
it.
Did some Blackish. He's done a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but none more important
Then the Cheetah
than
Girls.
the Cheetah Girls.
So they didn't bring him back for Cheetah Girls 2?
No.
2.
No, it
or
doesn't
the
seem-
third one that has
Or
1
Cheetah
in the
Girls
title.
1.
Or Cheetah Girls, the one that's 3.
Cheetah Girls 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following the Lion King, the Cheetah follows the lion. Yeah. Oh, that we'll save it for then. But big director in the Disney world directs Cheetah Girls too.
Steven Spielberg?
I mean, come on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not
Oh my
surprised.
gosh.
Not surprised.
Oh my gosh. Starring Raven. That's it.
So Raven.
That's so Raven. Adrian Ballion, Keely Williams, Sabrina Bryan.
Or as Aaron calls her, Kelly Williams.
Kelly Williams. Is it Keely or Kelly?
Who did you
It's
said?
Keely.
Michelle Williams.
Right?
No,
That's
I
what
said
you
Michelle
said.
Williams.
That's right.
That's what you
That's
were
right.
like. Michelle Williams. I was like, of
Mm-hmm.
Blue Valentine? Of Destiny's Child? Which one?
I
Neither.
knew that there was a Williams
That's right.
in this movie
Yes.
who was also part of a girl group. And so when I was off the cuff saying it, I said
Michelle.
Michelle Williams.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And then
I can see how you cross
Yeah.
those wires.
Yeah.
Like now that I've seen the
yeah,
movie.
Michelle Williams, Destiny's Child. We're looking for Keely Williams, 3LW.
That's exactly right.
Shout out.
The movie kicks
Player's
off.
gonna play.
movie kicks off with a full musical
That's fun.
number. The
That's
Cheetah
Keely.
Cheetah Girls are a
Yeah, that's Keely's
full.
song.
Is it really? Player's gonna play. No, I was thinking of Shake It Off.
I know, but it's the one that like they sued Taylor because they thought she had
Oh.
stolen "Shake It Off" from them.
Nice. Of course, Taylor's
And haters
stealing
are
all of her
gonna
stuff.
hate.
That's
Yeah.
right. All of
If
her
you
best
heard it,
stuff.
you would know the song. I'm not doing a great job singing it, but
the,
you would know it.
The movie kicks off with
September
a
of 22,
full musical number.
2.5 years ago.
The Cheetah Girls are
Garlic
made
and
up of
Parmesan.
what are their names, Dan? The Cheetah Girls.
Deary, Gigi, Cynthia, and Jasmine.
No.
Deary,
Can I play?
Gigi, Cynthia,
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I
Jasmine.
play? Okay, I'm gonna go with
Deary,
Galleria.
Gigi,
Yep.
Cynthia, Jasmine,
Dorinda,
Yeah.
Dorinda,
Chanel,
Chanel.
and Aqua.
Aqua.
I got
course.
3 of the first initials right. I want to
I
be
know. I
very
was
clear.
proud of you.
But Dan, and for what it's worth, I wouldn't have been able to be any help to you on, on
Dorinda.
that one. So it's this.
They call
show,
her Doe. You probably could have gone with Doe.
Do, yeah. Do,
A
re,
deer.
mi, fa.
Chi-Chi, Bubbles. You know what?
Chi-chi.
You know, Chi-Chi and Bubbles.
Chi-chi, Bubbles.
Or Chuchi.
Do,
Sorry, it's Chuchi.
and
My bad.
I think I said Deary. her name is Deary.
Deary.
Well, that's our nickname for you.
That's right.
So
Deary.
I see where you
Deary
got those
Dan.
wires
Everybody around
crossed.
here calls me Deary.
Deary Dan.
Something that happens.
They're performing at this like kid's birthday party, and it
It feels like the same location that Cadet Kelly opened up in.
it does,
it does.
kind of, yeah.
And it's also outside, but we get perfect audio and we get
Drums
Like
and-
music video style.
like 6 different camera angles. It's impressive for a kid's birthday party. I don't even know
right.
what they paid, but it's a lot.
And they're
Well, they took all their fee from that party and put it into the cameras.
Yeah, of course.
that's right. Now they're feeling pretty good about themselves. Big performance, and Chanel is. She races home. She goes and she tells her mom all about it, but her mom is too busy because she has a new boyfriend, Parisian
Luke.
Luke.
Yep.
Paris Luke.
She is raiding her daughter's closet for a
Clothes.
bomb top to wear
Bomb top.
on her date.
That's right.
Which we find out is no longer the slang in 2000.
No.
2003, you should say
Tight. That's right.
Tight. There's Galleria. She goes home and her parents are serious. You know, like they're cool, but they're serious. Like her mom just wants her to remember to do the things that she said she's gonna do. Her dad is just kind of like pops in and is like, "Hey," and then he pops back out.
Yeah.
He
She
does
had
that
promised her
Italian.
parents, that she had taken a phone message. She was supposed to take the dog out. She was supposed to bring home some capers for dinner, and she forgot all of it. So her parents
the
are just
capers.
like, "We know that you think that you're already a pop star, but you need to be better."
That's right. And they have a dog named Toto. And
If you think
Toto's-
that Toto is just a mascot, you are going to be proven wrong.
Toto's very important.
Very important to this movie.
Now the Cheetah Girls have one goal, and it's a big one, and it has become the
One
first
goal, one world.
That's right.
first freshman in the history to win the talent show, and also have
Get
a career
signed
in the
by a
music
record and be
industry.
world
Yeah, so
famous
they have
recording
two-
artist.
two
Yes,
dreams.
two
Two
goals.
dreams.
That's right.
2 goals.
Of equal size.
And Jackal Johnson
Oh, the Jackal Johnson
is
JJ.
He's kind of the dream, isn't
Shout
he?
out to my brother JJ,
Shout out
who's
JJ.
not Jackal Johnson.
Shout
but
out my brother Jim. Bran?
Shout out to I think I'm gonna go with Pat this time.
Man, he always goes
We
Pat.
chose 2 brothers with J names, and you went with Pat.
Yeah.
I'll go Josh.
Okay.
Wow. He is not going to choose Jesse. He's just not going to do it.
Thank you for your service.
Jesse was in the armed services.
Still is.
Still is.
Still is.
Man, Jesse just taking it on the chin.
He knows what he did.
He doesn't. The best part is I know him the least, but I know he doesn't care.
I know. So Jackal Johnson
He
is a
puts on
big
a good
deal.
front.
He's
The-
crying.
Jackal
Every week,
Johnson.
he's just waiting.
One day, Brand's going to tell me he loves
And the weird thing is he hasn't reached out at all to talk about it. He hasn't reached out and been like, "Hey man, what gives?"
He's a strong, silent type.
That's right.
He's not going to tell you he's hurting.
That's right. So the Cheetah Girls, they go and they do their audition for the talent show, and guess who is there for reasons I don't know.
What's her name? Oh no, Jackal Johnson is there. I
Jackal
was thinking,
Johnson is there.
But
well,
didn't
yes,
their
there is
music teacher used to be famous, like
Drinka.
Drinka.
Drink a
is
champagne.
Drink a champagne.
Drinka is there because she's like in charge of the talent show.
That's right.
Yeah, she's
And
a teacher
like,
at the school.
I see myself in all of you. But then Jackal Johnson shows up.
And we
And-
He
forget
was
about
just
Drinka.
rolling through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's his school. Is
It's
that
his alma mater.
Yeah, and he decided I'm going to pop into this high school unannounced to check out some of the local
You
high
could do
school
that in
talent.
2003. You couldn't do it now, but I think in 2003 you could just walk in.
I think that is of all the plot points in this movie that obviously no one's trying to hold this movie to any sort of like realistic standard. Like you can't do that or you won't enjoy yourself at all. But him just popping into a high school for a talent show is the funniest part of this movie.
Yeah.
Like I just was walking down the street and I was like, I'm going to pop in and see what's going on.
What's that I hear?
I think he knew the talent show is apparently this Saturday. So he's just scouting.
Maybe I'll show up for the auditions.
Yeah.
See what we got.
Should he show up for the actual talent show? No.
Imagine like Pharrell Williams being like, Morgan, I don't have much. What do I have on my calendar? There's some high school auditions. Yeah, let's just pop in real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, should that not have been their first clue that maybe
He's not the best.
music producer?
His second clue, his name is Jackal. That probably doesn't help.
Hi, I'm Jackal.
Yeah.
Jackal Johnson. And so he introduces himself, and the Cheetah Girls are pumped. Galleria does what Galleria does and basically takes all the credit for everything. She's like, I'm the founder of the Cheetah Girls. I write all these songs. I'm awesome. And the rest of the girls are like, okay, whatever.
We are here too.
We are here too, so don't forget about us. Galleria's mom and
Chanel's mom.
Chanel's mom.
I thought
Thank
you
you.
said Gallery is mom. I'm like, Gallery is mom.
Galleria's mom.
What?
Yes. Galleria's mom.
Yes.
Is also
Dorothea.
in the crowd
Yeah.
for the audition. Sees what's going on here.
Yeah, if there's one place that the girls need parental supervision, it is at
Audition,
the high school talent show audition and
Cut it
nowhere
loose
else.
in Manhattan.
Yeah.
By all means, you don't need, but in the audition.
In the audition at the high school they attend
Yeah.
every day.
Thank goodness. And
Parental
it's clearly an
supervision.
open audition. You can come in and watch. I mean, Jackal Johnson's there.
Jackal Johnson.
Moms are there.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yes. And she's basically like, no way, pump the brakes. We're not going to do this. You're in high school. You should be in high school. And kind of holds firm on that until later in the night or, weeks. Who can say, really?
I can say it is later that night because
Has to be timeline-wise.
One thing I learned with this timeline is I
wonky.
thought it was weeks when I was a kid. It is 1 week.
Yeah,
1 week.
I would
It's
have
been-
expected Galleria to be like bugging her mom for like days.
Yeah.
Like, hey, mom,
Nope.
please let me have this
She
meeting.
throws one fit at home.
Yes.
And the dad's like, well, what a learning opportunity. If
That's
he takes advantage.
Who could it hurt?
Like, yeah.
So that's what
Frankel.
It's the one accent that can't be offensive.
yeah. So I'm going to do it until it is,
Mamma
dadgummit.
mia, let her go to the audition.
Let her go. She's as bad as a meatball. So they do go to the
Oh,
meeting.
man.
And
Aaron's not joining in case in a few years it is offensive. She won't be a
No,
part
I
of
was
it.
just remembering. Was it at the
Do the Italian accent.
Was it at the marathon when we had a whole meatball bit? When
Yeah.
I
No,
was
that
just-
was the luck of the Irish.
I was remembering the whole meat. Yeah, I was just remembering the meatball bit. Oh, Ryan was there. That was
That's right.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So they go to the meeting, and the meeting goes well. Big promises, gonna make you blow up. There might be some things.
Love is like a big star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Duh.
For sure. And so there's all this stuff going on about like this is the biggest thing ever.
Mhm.
And Galleria is continuing to be like, I'm a big deal.
Yes,
I'm
she
a
is
star.
making
Yeah.
all the decisions.
There's a dude in the cafeteria who she
Derek.
can't stand. Derek, of course, we all knew his name. And he keeps coming over, and she's like, I don't need
Can
no
you tell me
man.
right now what other decom Derek was in?
Devil. Devil.
Can
I'm
you?
going with Devil.
Who is he?
If you picture him without long hair.
Is he in 13th year? Eddie's $1 Million
We're
Club.
looking for Alley Cat Strike.
Oh!
Alley Cat Strike, everybody.
Oh,
He's gonna go with Rip Girls.
Also,
I was gonna-
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Morning,
Oh, wow.
Morning Bowling Club. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Morning
love-
Bowling Club.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Was it?
It was.
Did. Yeah, the Morning Bowling Club fell apart and he became a rap group.
Yeah.
So.
He became a rap group. Gallery is mom. He
Derek
became
is,
rap group.
He is rap group.
Is there anything that you want to touch on before we get to what ultimately happens with the song, like them being like, "Hey, we all
So
around
they
the world."
meet
Oh, yeah.
they meet Jackal for
Yeah.
the first time, and she is late, and everyone's waiting on her, and she's so worried that it's going to go wrong because she's embarrassed by these other girls, especially the one with the hot sauce that probably isn't expired. And then when she
Yeah.
gets there, she steps in dog crap, but they have already sold themselves what apparently is so well that makes her angry.
She's trying to get everyone to look perfect.
That's right.
She's given Dorinda a lot of notes on how to dress. She's telling Aqua, don't bring that hot sauce up.
Don't bring the hot sauce up.
Like, don't talk about it. Like, he's gonna think you're weird. And so Galleria's mom and Galleria is mom.
Right.
Show
Galleria
up
is mom
to this pitch meeting. And then
she like circles a bunch of things.
She's going through the contract. Like, no.
She redlines the contract on the spot. Yes.
And they just kind of have this like, all right, we're gonna have a couple rehearsals, which we never see, but they're gonna learn the song for a couple of days. And then they're going to come back on Saturday or I guess we don't see the rehearsals because they hear the song the next day. Yeah. So you're going to have a couple of rehearsals.
We're going to write the song.
You're going to come back on Saturday. We're going to record it, your demo, and then we're going to sell it. And you guys are going to make millions.
Right. And it's going to be great.
Yeah. And so then when you're getting to the song, the only thing I'm going to mention before that is Mom, who has been so uptight about these girls are 13, 14 years old, should not be in a record producer meeting without parental guidance.
She's never around again.
She's like, I'm going to trust you. You guys can go to this meeting by yourself.
Yeah. She's not in another meeting the rest of the movie.
As a kid, I was like, yeah. And now I'm like,
parents are the worst.
Because, I mean,
parents.
I thought they were like older than they were.
Yeah.
When I was watching it as a kid, I didn't quite put together that they were freshmen.
Trying to be the first
watching
freshman.
it now at 34 years old, I was like, is it not illegal for those kids to be there without some sort of
should be.
Yeah.
some sort of legal guardian
Even in
the room?
2003. I mean, you just like
I don't think it necessarily has to be like a parent, but like there should be some sort of like legal guardian in the room who's looking out for these kids' best interests. So that part was
and then there's a bunch of side plots, bro. I don't know how, like, it's the movie's an hour 40 long.
Yeah, there's a whole foster care. Side
one of the four.
We'll get there.
I believe it's Jasmine.
We're not there yet.
Is like
There's still no Jasmine.
Okay, one of them is like is a foster kid.
Well,
and
we're jumping ahead.
Okay. Well, because doesn't that happen before we get to the song they want him to sing?
Oh,
he's saying he wants to
I
jump to the bad song or the.
So what happens is they go and they do the audition, which is a music video. They record a music video right in front of him. And he's like, "This is great, we're fantastic." And
However,
bring down the screen. Screen's there in a second. Screen comes down really fast, and he shows like, "Here's something that we were thinking." New song,
changing the name. Girls Gone Global. What's it called?
Global Get Down.
Global Get Down.
That's it.
And Brian, what's that hot song?
All around the world. This is all around the world.
We go all around the world. Where we stop, nobody knows.
That's right.
Bum, 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 bum,
And also there's like masks involved.
Yeah.
And,
that's weird.
And Galleria is like, this is messed up. You said you liked our song. This is what we're going to do. We're walking. And she goes to walk. And none of the other cheetahs, the cheetahs. I can say cheetahs. I can't say sisters.
You're right. You can't say either of those.
I can't say either. None of the other cheetah girls follow. They're like, let's just maybe hear them out. And she's like, we don't need to hear anything out.
Which I think was, So quickly going back, you're right. Chanel discovers that Dorinda is a foster child and is in the foster system. She is supposed to have a mother-daughter date with her mom. Her mom blows her off to hang out with Luke.
Gives her the credit card. She shops through the credit card. She maxes it out. Mom gets mad.
Yeah,
there's all of these characters aside from the one from the South who likes the hot sauce.
Yeah, we never see her family.
No, the other three have a pretty significant backstory that is told in the movie.
Yeah.
But not the fourth member.
And so the girls basically just wanted to have a moment to talk about this opportunity.
Yeah.
Being like, well, what if we took this, got our names out there,
and then
after an album or two, got to do our own thing.
This man wants to put our song on the radio.
And so Galleria just wants to walk. And so she leaves the room and the girls are like, I guess we're gonna hear him out.
That's right.
We want to hear where the opportunity is.
And honestly, why do you even need a backstory? You have hot sauce, and
you
that's
have hot
really
sauce
all
in a
you
bag.
need.
I don't know
you
what.
You're
from
sauce,
Texas. That's
you
all
don't
you
need a backstory. You don't need family.
I wonder if because
hot sauce is family.
Gallery is mom.
Hot sauce is family.
in reading about like the book to movie adaptation, Aqua's character in the book is a twin. So the girl Cheetah Girls has 5 members, which is
That's
why
the Tia Tamara
that's the
thing.
Tia Tamara link.
Yes.
And so then they couldn't, like Tia Tamara weren't going to do it, and then they couldn't find twins that they thought really fit, so they dropped it down to 1. And I wonder if they also just like cut any backstory she had in the book. They were just like, we don't have time to rewrite her whole story, so she's just Hot Sauce is family.
Hot Sauce is family.
Hot sauce is family. Hey guys, we're running out of time. We don't have anything
What
on
about
her.
hot
What do we
sauce?
do? Good.
It could be the family.
We're already at an hour 40.
We're already there.
Just give her some hot sauce and
we're
call
already
it a
up
day.
September of 22, guys, not September of this year. That would have been crazy.
Or even last year.
No,
That's
it's
right.
two plus
Yes.
with garlic and parma there.
So Galleria
Whatever.
is mom, and Galleria is now
She's
she's
upset.
gone. She's no longer Cheetah Girl. And
She tells her mom,
She was
"Can you
a
just
cheater
not
girl.
say I
She
told
said,
you
"See
so?"
you later, girls."
That's right. And it's just really sad and is bummed and doesn't know what to do. And she's walking
None of
down
the
the
girls
street.
are really talking right now.
None of them are
Yeah.
talking. She is on the street and she sees a promo for the Girls Gone.
The global get down.
Global Get Down.
Global Get Down. Girls Gone Global
It's
Get Down.
definitely not Girls Gone anything. Okay, we need to put. I need to put it out there. It's not.
Should we talk about why that's the first thing on your mind right now?
Global Get Down?
Well,
Dan
there's a
said it
podcast called
first.
Girls Gone Hallmark that we literally have
Yeah.
on our network.
That's right.
Sure.
That's
Emailed
right.
them this morning about an invoice. If you, I got proof, man.
Yeah. I just follow Dan. I don't have any thoughts of my own.
Oh man.
So the Global Get Down, she sees a promo for the Global Get Down, but if they're wearing masks, you know.
So she's like, oh my
Don't
gosh.
the other 3 girls go back, or like they look and there's all these other girl groups that they were
Yeah, so
also
when they
auditioning
leave,
for that.
we're doing a great job of the chronological order of this movie.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can tell that
Anyway,
there's a lot of music videos and singing
A lot of singing in this.
Yeah.
throughout this film.
and then the plot is there too sometimes. But when the other 3, Chanel, Aqua, and Dorinda, are leaving the meeting,
Right.
they see that there are dozens of
Yeah.
other girl groups in the lobby. So they're kind of like,
we weren't
the-
that special. This
we're
is
not
a
that
New York
special,
call.
but it's like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of like, should we take this? Because there's clearly like,
If we don't, someone else
Yeah.
will. Yes.
and
But
Jackal also
there's
tells
so
them
many girl groups.
when Galleria leaves, he's just like, that's okay, we'll just get another one. And they're like, what do you mean? He's just like, well, we'll get a 4th girl to throw in here. And the girls are kind of like, this
Whoa.
is not what we wanted. So there's that. Then, yeah, we have the like, I mean, I guess right before that too, we get more of Galleria being a B, because she decides for the group that they're gonna just skip the talent
There's
show
also
altogether.
One of them is working for
yeah.
hours at the play, like
Dorinda-
teaching dance.
Dorinda works as a janitor at the community center to get
You do one of these? Is that what you did?
to earn like dance lessons. The center is closed, and because they're having auditions for like a dance tour, so they're like, hey, come help us run it and we'll credit you for your lessons. But she ends up getting a job offer. So
A lot is happening.
13, 14-year-old girls are having a lot happen on
Yeah.
this big week of their lives where we could potentially have a record deal without Galleria, but Dorinda could go on tour, which as I'm saying out loud right now, I'm reminding myself that she's 13, 14, and I have questions about how that works during the
Galleria's
school
mom.
year.
Yeah.
I mean, not unheard of, but I just feel like there's a lot going on there. So much
This
happening in this 7-day period.
The best way to view this movie is a very heightened reality, like a very different plane of existence where if you question any of the logistics, you will be taking an exit ramp real quick.
That is where my brain is at right now. Is I'm trying
Yeah,
to piece it all together
you're
in a logical.
fighting with your 13-year-old
I
self
am.
right now, going, but it's good. I know it's good. I watched it. It was good.
Well, can we talk about what is good? And that is Toto. Toto is good.
Dum 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 dum.
When-
It's probably good. This is our last episode of the year.
The dog's lost out on the
We just
streets.
go-
He got stuck in a hole. Oh no, they're trying to get
Dog in
him.
a hole?
I know, right? It's a dog in a hole.
So anyway, Galleria is on the street. She sees the Global Get Down ad. She goes, "Oh my gosh, they took the deal." And in that moment of shock, Toto runs away, and Galleria is momentarily not paying attention, and Toto
Yes.
is For a dog that loves Galleria more than anybody else in the world,
Takes
that dog
off like
is
that dog's been
gone.
beat every day.
That dog is
Yes.
out of here.
Now, Toto does, as Dan mentioned via the song, does go in whole.
You got a dog in a hole?
I didn't just mention it. I mentioned it via the song.
We got a dog in a hole, and dog is now stuck in hole.
There's
Cannot
nothing we
get
can
out.
do.
Is is like pinned up against something. Can't shimmy its way out. And so this is big news. In New York City, not a lot happens.
Not
so
like a goes on in the
they
city that never
get
sleeps.
the
Yeah.
It
news
happens
cameras
to be on
come.
the street outside the high school.
Oh,
so
it's
that's
perfect.
That's
Where
right.
Jackal Johnson walks every day.
That's exactly right. So the news begins to cover this whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going nuts about it. While this is going on, the talent show is going on, and Alley Cat Strike is up there performing, doing his thing. And
That is what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's his like one lyric in the song.
He's doing his
My
thing.
DJ's
my
gonna
thing.
do his thing.
That's
That's right. And so
So come on.
come on.
That's pretty much.
Come
the
on.
song.
Really good
That's,
stuff,
that's
guys.
literally the whole song.
So all the Cheetah Girls are in their various places, and they see it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they all
They're
come.
like, oh my
and what
gosh.
is really special is this is the day of the talent show. They are no longer at the record studio recording a demo, but they've already agreed that they're skipping the talent show. But they're all wearing their brand new costumes,
Of course.
for the dance.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all
So
need
they all show up.
tracksuits.
Yeah, they all show up in their different colored cheetah print tracksuits.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they begin to sing, because one of the things that Toto does when the Cheetah Girls are singing is he
dances.
shakes his little body.
That's right.
And so before they request this, they have to like shut down the power so that they can get the power shuts down.
Yeah.
So the talent show's
Well, they
over.
think they're gonna have to cut into the street.
That's right.
And so before you start cutting into the street,
There's nothing going on in Manhattan.
you should cut down the power, which turns the power out
Yeah,
at the talent
stay off the
show.
grid.
So everybody
And
just kind of
everyone
comes
just
out.
pours out and adds more congestion to this already
Congested Manhattan
congested
Street.
street.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is all happening in 1 week, gang.
So they begin to sing.
And most of this movie takes place in like one day.
Oh.
And the firefighter's like, faster, sing faster, which I don't know. Like, if is the
Toto's like, I'm doing my best. If I can get a little more Christmas spirit.
Toto's shake is in relation to the speed of the
That's right.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to start singing faster, even though they don't really sing much faster. But ultimately, it does work, and Toto is free.
That's right.
And that's at this point that Gallery is like, yeah, yes, y'all better get back and do your global get down. And they're like, what? Global get down?
We would
No, it
never.
doesn't. That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen then?
No, it's very no. So
you take over. Apparently,
okay.
I don't know.
Here's what happens.
I didn't watch the end of this movie.
This part.
Actually, I only watched the end of this movie.
So there's an ambulance there checking out Toto, I guess. And the girls are all starting to like go their separate ways, and Galleria is like, this is my moment to make an apology to my friends.
But instead of saying she's sorry,
Because she's talking to Derek at one point about how like, I know I was right to walk away from Jackal and his deal, and Derek hits her with this truth bomb of, well, were you right to walk away from your friends?
That's right. That's
So
right,
she gets
Alley
up
Cat.
there, and somewhere we get a piano, and I don't know.
she whispers to Derek, right? She's
Yeah.
like, she
I
said
need
basically,
you to help me with
the
something.
next thing you
That's
know,
right.
there's a piano
then
playing.
there's a piano solo, and she gets up there and starts singing, and you're like, "Where's the piano? Is it Derek?" No, because don't
He's on
worry,
guitar.
he's on
Yeah,
guitar.
he's shredding.
So still,
And the
13-year-old
song
me
has
did
so
not
much
care.
guitar,
No.
too.
34-year-old
Why
me
would you?
does want to know where that piano is.
Of course.
But she starts singing, and almost immediately, Dorinda and Aqua join in.
That's right.
Chanel takes a minute
Yeah.
because she and Galleria have been friends the longest, so she's the most hurt. But she eventually joins, and then we get an amazing music video on the streets of Manhattan. We are
Girls,
sick.
Cheetah
Yes.
Sisters.
The local construction and police officers and firefighters are backup dancers. We are dancing on taxis. It is phenomenal. If you have not seen this movie, maybe don't, but
Skip to
do
the end
An
and watch the
amazing
video.
ending.
do Google the Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters music video. It's
It
phenomenal.
is art.
It was the coolest thing 13-year-old me had seen. Though I'm realizing I was 12 at the time because my birthday was a week later. But anyway,
Shout out.
I know. Shout out to my birthday. Anyway, So that's great. Then we go back into the talent show. Right on the stage where everyone had been performing is a small little table with some fruit punch. The girls gather around, get their little cups of fruit punch. And Galleria basically is like, can we still be friends even though you guys are going to be global get down? And they're like, we didn't take that deal. We let other dumb girls take that deal. And then I think they hug.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and we
Cheetah
forgot
Girls.
right at the end of the phenomenal music video, Derek and Galleria kiss.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And
they
we
do.
will 100% see him again.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Alec Hat's strike.
Struck.
He struck. He struck, but he will not strike again. Let's
Strike
do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some reviews, give our reviews, and then make the list. Here on
Decom Descendants. Thank you, Aaron.
Fool me once.
Welcome back, everybody. It's
Yep.
Decom Descendants. It's Cheetah Girls Week. It's the final episode of 2024, and we're having a good time.
And Decom stands for?
Overtime.
Yeah, it does.
How did the movie age over time? We're going to talk about it. I do have some Letterboxd
Love
reviews if
this.
you would like them. Allison says, no shade or disrespect, but if I'm watching this at home on the news that a dog fell in a hole and then these teen girls in matching velour tracksuits started doing a whole performance for the huge crowd that had somehow gathered, my thought wouldn't be, oh, they're so talented. I would be like, oh, they planted this. They threw the dog in the hole.
Yeah.
Fair, Allison. Fair. Sienna? Yeah,
Sure.
I'll just say that. If you took a shot every time someone said girl, you'd be cheetah dead. Aaron
Doesn't even make any sense, but I'm here for it.
Aaron said 2 stars. Raven Simone hospitalized after carrying the Cheetah Girls. Thyla, I don't know.
Sure. Fila?
Cheetah fact, there is a single scene where they refer to a little boy as Chanel's brother.
Yes.
But he is never seen again.
True story.
In this movie or any other.
She is famously an only child.
Yeah.
In like all three. And so I'm gonna check out the first book and see what happens there. Like
It's wild.
maybe there is like more cut scenes where they had included a brother
What a goof.
and then just thought nobody
What a
would
goof.
notice.
What a goof. And last, Corey says 2.5 stars. She's real for carrying a bottle of hot sauce everywhere. Let's share our thoughts on this movie and how it aged over time. Aaron, I think it's pretty clear this movie meant a lot to you.
Yeah. This is what we're here for.
But here you are now. Does it still? Where are you putting it?
Yeah.
How are you not?
12,
where are you putting it?
13-year-old
We'll do that a
me
little bit.
very distinctly remembers going to the Limited 2 and purchasing this CD.
Yeah.
the
It
mall.
was only on sale at a clothing store.
No, I just remember like, oh, that's our coffee maker. I was like, what is beeping? I just remember shopping there for something with my friends and seeing it at the register, and I was like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Impulse buy.
impulse buy for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Little treat.
You can get the music on CD.
Oh my gosh.
Life
And carry it with
changing.
me wherever I go.
Wherever I go on my compact disc
Compact
player.
disc. Yeah.
Yeah, life changing. I still know every word to all of these songs.
Yeah, you do.
Even the ones that aren't sung by the Cheetah Girls on the soundtrack. Still know all of them. Big hit. The plot of this movie, I have so many questions about as a 34-year-old woman. Doesn't hold up the way that 13-year-old me thought it did. I thought this movie was flawless. No notes. So many questions.
So many notes.
Could we maybe write a song? Also, like, I did listen to the soundtrack the morning that we watched the movie. And listening to the songs back to back to back, I realized that they're all about girl power.
That's right.
Which, not a negative,
No. However,
but
we
like,
love girl power.
could we write a different song?
yeah.
And also a note for Cheetah Girls too, like maybe a song that's not just about how we're friends, because we get it, you're friends.
You're the Cheetah Girls.
I don't know. So yeah, I guess my thought process now is I'm going to go read the books and see if there's anything different in there that makes more sense that I could then apply to the movie. But the movie, yeah, not as great as I remember.
I'm sorry. I hate that for you.
Sorry. We'll make it there.
Cinderella.
Cool.
thought I crushed that. I thought you were gonna. I thought we were gonna have fun. I thought it was gonna be a moment, but it wasn't. And then
I was just waiting for any lyric to kick in.
I didn't know. I just know Cinderella
sitting in a dark, cold, dusty cellar.
There it is.
That's right.
Waiting for somebody to
Um,
come and set me free.
this movie's a turd. This
Oh.
movie is a turd. And you know what happened is I knew, you know,
happened was-
I had seen this movie before, and you know, I obviously
11 years
know
old.
about the Cheetah Girls and the hype around Cheetah Girls, and I was like, this is a big movie, and I couldn't figure out leading up to this, like why had I never gone back to Cheetah Girls? Why
Yeah.
why
Raven
not
Simone?
run back? Why was this not a rewatch movie for me? And then I figured it out. It's because it's a turd. It's a giant turd with good songs. The songs are bops, and the song without the songs, this movie is real bad. But the songs can trick you into thinking that this movie is better than it is, but it is not. It's also an odd movie because it's like this New York movie, and there's so many different characters, and none of them are mic'd. And it's just like, what's happening? The dialogue is like they have so much that they want to get to, and they're talking quickly, and in order for that to come through to the viewer, you have to mic the people up, and there's so many scenes where you're like leaning in and you're like, I think I'm picking up most of this conversation, and but we had the captions on, and that was helpful, but it was a really weirdly mixed movie. It was hard to hear a lot of different things, and then you have these music videos inside of the movie itself, and again, the songs are great. So I think also, just like now that we're like adults and know about how hard Disney Channel pushed their stars like Raven Simone and Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato to the point of exhaustion, overworking them, taking advantage of them, exploiting them. This movie also is just kind of like, hey, here's a movie about what all of the people that come after this should have done, but did not do by walking away from big bad Disney.
true.
But here we are. So a miss for Brand, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will say I just did a quick search of the DComs that I own, and this is not one of them, and that should have been a clue for me.
Dan, are you a Cheetah Girl?
I will say this. It breaks my heart to tell you that this movie sucks. It is this movie is terrible. And I know I had heard the name of this movie before, which tells me that it means a lot to a lot of people. But make no mistake, it is a garbage movie. And I feel pretty confident if I had watched it when it had come out and I was 20 years old, I would have told you it was garbage. Had I watched it at 10, I probably would have also told you it's garbage. The thing about this, and the reason I hate that is, one, there's a lot of great representation here. You've got an interracial couple. You're dealing pretty well with foster kids and with kids of different types and all across a racial spectrum working together. There's a lot of girl power anthems in this movie. There's a lot of reasons that I want this movie to be good, and I'm happy that people like it. But make no mistake, unlike even like Double Team or of course Motocross, but all these other movies, even the one with the racing, the not the
Right
bike
on
race.
Track?
Yeah, Right on Track. Like, this movie absolutely could not care less about making sense at all. It is a movie that is better as like a fever dream it's better as one long music video. The acting uniformly across the board is terrible in this movie. Like, Raven Simone is at an 11 of 10, and she's probably the best that we have in this movie. I think everyone else is kind of terrible. I think the writing's bad. I think the direction's bad unless it's a music video. There's not a lot here to point. The only thing I will say is there's 10 or 12 DComs that are like actively bad. This is a movie that thinks it's good and just happens to suck. And so it isn't at the very bottom of my list, but holy cow, is this a bad movie? And I hate that. I hate it for your younger self, but It's not good, gang. It just is bad. It's a bad movie, and it should not be watched by anyone. It has no redeeming value for me at all. I don't think I wouldn't recommend anyone watch this. No,
music's great though. You like the music.
it was okay.
That is a great segue into my making the list.
I love it.
Uh-oh.
I love this.
What's gonna happen, Aaron?
I ranked this movie and thought real hard about where it was going to go on this list. I've gone back to it several times. And I think this movie might be my brink because it's premiering in my top 10.
Holy hell.
And I
Holy hell.
I can't.
I didn't see it coming, Aaron.
Aaron,
Based off everything you said.
After your overtime.
I just have as we move on and watch more movies, I'll probably move down and adjust it. But right now, I would rather watch this movie.
Also, how dare you compare it to Brink?
I said it's my brink. Like it doesn't.
Still, how dare you? Brink has like a basic qualitative, hurdle it clears.
Well, we'll see.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, it's in my top 10.
Is it 10 or is it higher, Aaron? Because you said it's in my top 10. It's starting to scare me. Where does it premiere?
You'll find out.
Okay, so what movie got kicked out?
Scream Team.
God Almighty. I don't know if we can talk anymore. I don't know if we can have even just acquaintance conversations.
Yeah. Number 10, Miracle in Lane 2. Number 9, Get a Clue.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's better than Get a Clue?
Yes.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Number
this
8,
is your time, not mine.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Number 7, The Cheetah Girls. Number 6, Fan with a Megaplex. 5, Smart House. 4, Johnny Tsunami. 3, Right on Track. 2, Cadet Kelly. 1, Motocross. I am who I am, guys.
Wow.
It's ahead of Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Yeah. Yes, I stand by that because as
No.
the lessons in Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off are great, but if you're telling me that I'm sitting down on a Friday night, got a bowl of popcorn, and my choices are Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off or Cheetah Girls, I am choosing Cheetah Girls.
Still, after your viewing yesterday or whenever we watched it.
Yeah, because it's a musical basically. Like I'm gonna choose something that has catchy songs over a baseball movie.
Man,
99 out of 100
That's not a
times.
baseball movie though. It's as much a cooking movie as a baseball movie. Oh my gosh, this
I stand by
hurts.
it. Yeah, good.
I think the
You know what also hurt?
what's that?
It's almost like I cleaned the office really well, and then the next morning, the first words out of someone's mouth were, "I thought you said you were gonna clean."
It was a joke that
I
I
don't know.
clearly was wrong. I apologize. I was
Whatever.
wrong. I thought it was real funny.
And then the
I
next
was
day,
wrong.
I walked into work and got blamed for the internet being out.
Yeah, it was poorly timed.
And so I'm not apologizing for this. I am who I am, and I stand by it. And Dan can kick rocks.
Who do you think is going to have Cheetah Girls lower on their list? Me or Dan? What do you think?
I think. Well, I can't go. Who do you think is going to have lower?
I was surprised you said top 10.
I was shocked. I thought
When
here's
you
what I
started
thought.
that whole this one
Yes.
broke me, I thought you were going to be like,
Your
he's like
overtime, I thought your
I
list
know.
was going to be like, I thought this was top 10, but the sentimental value gets into my top 20. That's what I thought was
Sentimental
happening.
value. I mean, it might drop down further once we get away from it. Much like how I rank a Hallmark movie. You know,
Yeah.
Deck the Walls isn't going to stay as my number one. But
Who's going to have it
like
lower?
before rewatching it, I would have told you this movie was a top 3.
Wow. So having it at 7 is a pretty
It's-
big deal.
It felt low for me.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to drop down. And I think even as I don't see it when we get to the end of this, it being in my top 20. But right now it's where it is.
Fair.
I would normally say Dan, but I think Brand might have it lower.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's find out. I have the Cheetah Girls premiering at 35. I have it premiering at 35. Smack dab in the middle between the 13th year and Jumping Ship.
I have it premiering at 31.
See? All right. I said Brand was going to have it lower.
I've got it 2 spots behind Jumping Ship, and then 1 spot ahead of Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. So mine is in between Alley Cat Strike and Halloween Town. And it might be better than Alley Cats. I could maybe go 30.
Hey, guy.
I think the music video sequences and how they're shot maybe make it better than Alley Cats. Maybe. I'll go 30.
Don't forget about Sweet Lou. Or
It's-
whatever his name was.
Yeah, it's 30. It's 30. I have it at 30 in between Alley Cats and Jumping Ship.
I hold fast at at 35.
You want to go through your top 10?
10, Phantom. 9, Mom's Got a Date. 8, Luck of the Irish. 7, Smart House. 6, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. 5, Cadet Kelly. 4, Get a Clue. 3, Motocross. 2, Johnny Tsunami. And number 1, the greatest movie of all time. So much better than Cheetah Girls. Brink.
Number 10, Miracle in Lane 2. Number 9, Halloween Town. 8, Scream Team. 7, Get a Clue. 6, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. 5, Cadet Kelly. 4, Phantom of the Megaplex. 3, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. 2, Johnny Tsunami. And number 1, Motocross. That's going to be tough to beat. I feel like Motocross is the movie. I think I've seen enough of these to where Motocross is going to be tough to beat. There it is.
There it is, everybody.
So 30,
Just wait until we get to
7?
Rip Girls too.
Even rippier.
30, 35, and 7? Was that the ranking?
I think that's the biggest.
It's easily the biggest discrepancy. But we were driving to Columbia yesterday, and
I
it
said
was like
disparity.
I was discrepancy and disparity combined into a better word, disparity. We were driving to Columbia, and it was like 3 minutes of silence. Brandon and I conversations, and I went, "Boy, Cheetah Girls sucked, didn't it?" And he went, "Yeah, it really did." And I was like, "I didn't see it coming. And clearly, Aaron still doesn't see it coming. Aaron's still at number 7. But I've never seen a movie.
This is going to be one of those things where, like, I mean, I ended up moving. Like, Rip Girls premiered pretty high, and the more I thought about it, but yeah, it is. I do have to have like a heart-to-heart with my 13-year-old self.
Yeah, it takes
and in this
time.
moment, it's already almost out of my top 10, which I never saw coming. Like it
receives an aggregate score from the 3 of us of 24th.
So
just so you like, 24th is the aggregate,
looking
and
ahead
I'm fine
to like
with
what's
that.
coming. Yeah, it's not.
I'm
staying
excited
in my top 10.
because I've decided now once we finish all 111 billion of these, I'm going to do an aggregate list where we average the place.
Okay.
So like that means you and I probably need to put Brink a little lower to make sure it doesn't end up in the top 10.
We can't work in cahoots here.
I'm just saying.
Do you want to form an alliance with me?
Yeah, I mean, like I would move Cheetah Girls.
I'll move Cheetah Girls up right now.
All of a sudden, we have Cheetah Girls in my top 10.
You know what?
Number 1 Cheetah Girls. It turns out it's really good.
I come back
But I love
next
that
week.
you're both willing to make this, and I'm like, I'm not willing to take that deal. Like, I don't think Cheetah Girls should be in
you're
the
right.
top 10.
I actually wouldn't make the deal.
Yeah, I don't think it belongs
we
there.
should not collude at all on that.
I went to my
thing.
war room. Cheetah Girls 6. I was wrong last week. I was wrong by 30.
I couldn't
we
live
had
with
like
myself.
a month to think about it.
Yeah, a month of prayer.
I couldn't live with myself if I had Cheetah Girls that high. I think 30 is more than fair. I mean, I'm looking at the movie.
I mean,
I
it's probably
started
going to
by
end in around the 20 mark.
So I started by thinking it's
Right
definitely my bar was Kick It Up for some reason. Got to Kick It Up. I was like, Got to Kick It Up's a better movie than Cheetah Girls. Where's Got to Kick It Up? Because I know it's low on my list.
Oh, see, I went the opposite. Like, it's probably going to end up just on the other side of Gotta Kick It Up for me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24, 25, 26, 27. So Got to Kick It Up was 27. And then 28 was Even Stevens' movie. And I was like, Even Stevens' movie made me laugh like 5 times. It's better than Cheetah Girls. Then Jumping Ship, which I thought the first 40 minutes of Jumping Ship is actually pretty fun, and then it goes off the rails. So then we got Cheetah Girls after that.
Yeah, I have Got to Kick It Up at 22, right behind Double Teamed.
Yeah, those two are right next to each other.
Yeah, I do think Cheetah Girls is probably going to end up in that line.
Yeah, fair.
But my heart's not there right now.
It's not there. Your heart will go on. It'll get there.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, we have a month until we.
You're doing your due diligence here.
Yeah.
You're giving your 13-year-old self its due by putting it in the top 10 now, knowing that sooner or later rational thinking will take over. Fair.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens. We did it, everybody. Congratulations to us. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays,
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. We'll
Happy
come
Kwanzaa.
back just after Hanukkah, and we'll be talking about
A Hanukkah movie.
Full Court Miracle.
Full Court Miracle.
Oh,
That's
it's a
exactly.
basketball movie.
It's a basketball movie with a sprinkle of Hanukkah. We're very much looking forward to that. Hopefully, everybody has a wonderful rest of their year. We'll be back in 2025. Until then,
Decom it up. Decom Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Brandon Gray in Greenville, South Carolina, the Bramble Jam Podcast Network Studios. For more information on Decom Descendants, you can follow us on the socials at Decom Descendants. At Decom Descendants, that's it, actually. You can follow us on the web at decompodcast.com. And to watch us watch these movies live, you go to bramblejamplus.com. Also, sorry about the cleaning comment, Aaron.
he's not.